do that. So we have a full docket, so be prepared to do some waiting. Anyway, we're gonna start from the top.
Your Honor, this is Jason Collin with Texas Rio Grande Legal Aid. I would ask if we could take one case out of order. It was scheduled for arraignment yesterday, and we have the waivers filed for it now.
Okay, I think that's a fair request. It being scheduled yesterday. Jesus Castro. Okay, so case number 2020 CCR 0253, State of Texas versus Jesus Castro Jr.
I'm right here, Your Honor.
Okay, I don't have. Did you find it? Okay, so they did file it. Okay, and I don't have the charges in front of me. Counsel.
Yes, Your Honor.
No. Oh, they sent away. Okay, never mind. All right, so the next hearing date is for April the 7th.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Yes, Mr. Castro, continue to communicate with your attorney. Your hearing date is April the 7th.
All right, thank you, sir.
May Mr. Castro be excused at this time?
Yes, he may.
Thank you.
Case number 2014 CCR 0104, State of Texas versus Christopher Gonzalez. And
Jason Collin with Texas Rio Grande Legal Aid on behalf of Mr. Gonzalez. He is on the call.
okay, I have a note here that it's been dismissed. Okay, so I have note here that that case was dismissed by the state. And I signed off on it. So for the record, state.
Yes, Judge, that is the indication. It was dismissed on 1/25/21.
All right. Okay, so your excuse, Mr. Christopher Gonzalez.
All right, thank you.
Thank you. Case number 2016 CCR 0087, State of Texas versus Juan Angel Torres. He's in custody. Oh, he's not? Right.
Good
I'm
morning, Your
here.
Honor. Good morning, Judge. Was that 2016 0087, Your Honor?
0087, that's correct, Counsel.
Yes, Judge. This is Attorney Ray Rodriguez for Mr. Torres. Judge, in this case, I'm going to need an announcement and trial dates in this case, Your Honor, if the court would. I believe we're set for status today, Judge.
Okay, so
Judge, if he could identify himself, I don't see him on the board.
I'm here. I'm here.
I see him now, Judge.
right. So the pretrial April 7th, trial April 13th. You got
And
that?
Your Honor, the time would be 9 o'clock as well, Judge?
Yes.
Sounds good, Judge. And is that going to be in person, Judge?
Not clear on that yet. It'll be
Okay.
an-
We'll stay in touch. I'll stay in touch with the court, Your Honor.
Okay. You requested a bench or a jury trial?
Jury trial, Your Honor.
All right. Yes, to be announced. But the dates are fixed.
Yes, Judge, we got those dates. Thank you very much, Your Honor. Permission to be excused along with my client, Your Honor.
Yes, sir, you may.
Thank you, Judge.
Case number 2017 CCR 0095, State of Texas versus Bill Lee Rucker.
Jason Collin with Texas Rio Grande Legal Aid on behalf of Mr. Rucker. He's currently in custody and on the screen.
Okay, so this is for status. Go ahead, counsel.
Your Honor, in this case, Mr. Rucker has a pending case in district court as well. So we're asking for a reset to continue trying to speak with the state. I think we can reach a resolution in both cases.
Okay, so what is this? Okay, and what would be that date that you're requesting in terms, I want to make sure that the district court covers, what month is that coming up?
Your Honor, if we could get an April status setting, I think that would be reasonable here.
Okay, so we'll set it for April 7th.
Thank you, Your Honor. May Mr. Rucker be excused?
Hold on just a minute. Okay, and I'm reading an agreed order from the state to set bond. Reduced to 2,500 if no new arrest. State, do you have that in front of you?
I apologize. Yeah, no, what was it you were looking for?
It's an agreed order from the state and defense counsel to install Guardian, interlock, and a scram device. Came with that, with a 7 days of release, and it's signed by the district attorney. And it also says to reduce bond to 2,500. I just want to make sure that I'm first of all that I'm aware, and second, so that I can approve if both the state and defense counsel are agreeing to it.
Judge, I don't have that order. Just 1 second, Judge. Yes, Judge. We did sign that. I don't have a date on it, but yes, Judge, we did agree to that.
Your Honor, I believe we made that agreement on this past Friday, January 29th, and it was filed yesterday.
Okay, so I guess I need to rule for the defendant to abide by that agreement between now and the time the case comes up, I'm assuming. I'm just not sure when this is coming up, or is it coming up at the time of the hearing? I'm not sure what you all agreed to.
Well, Judge, as Mr. Collin indicated, there's a felony pending, so the court can just give him another setting for him to check in, but he'll be able to make bond at 2,500 cash or surety. So just another setting would be fine.
Okay, so we already I already ruled on the next hearing date, which is April the 7th.
Yes, sir.
All right. Case number 2017 CCR 0233, State of Texas versus Francisco Guerra Alvarado.
Aquí estoy, señor.
Mr. Alvarado, do
Sí, señor.
you speak English?
No,
Do you have arrangement? Who's representing you, like legally?
Your Honor, this is Francisco Guevara Alvarado.
Yes, sir.
He has not applied for services, Judge. He needs to apply for services before we can open a case on him.
This is a motion to revoke, Your Honor, and perhaps that's why
Okay.
legal aid may have represented him prior in the original case.
All right. Okay, we don't have what I'm gonna do with this case, I'm just gonna reset it so that we can get the translator involved and give enough time to legal aid to either reach out to him or him to legal aid.
We also need a phone number, Judge.
All right. Is Ms. Garcia on, counsel from legal aid?
She might be on, Judge. I don't see her screen. She usually has a screen off.
Angie, are you on?
Yes, I am, Your Honor.
Okay, Angie, I know we've used it for just a minimal translator. Can you just let him know that we are gonna postpone his hearing for, what is it, April the 7th? And that if he can't afford an attorney, reach out to and give him your number or ask him for a number.
Señor Alvarado,
Dígame.
soy la señora García, trabajo por la Oficina de Servicios Legales. Le aviso que el juez le va a dar otra cita para que usted hable conmigo para ver si cualifica para los servicios.
Muy bien.
Y le va a dar otra cita para el 7 de abril.
Ajá.
Yo le hablo hoy la tarde para hacerle la entrevista, ¿ok?
Ok. ¿El número sí lo tiene?
No, por favor, permíteme su número.
375-0611.
¿Me lo puede repetir?
375-0611.
Gracias, señor.
Igualmente. Que pase buen día.
Igualmente. Is excused, Your Honor.
Yes, he's excused.
Ya se puede ir, señor.
Muchas gracias.
Gracias, sir.
Thank you, Ms. Wilson. Case number 2018 CCR 0061, State of Texas versus Saúl Sánchez.
Pero ¿por qué te abrieron otro caso? ¿De qué?
Mr. Sánchez, are you on?
Your Honor, my understanding on that case was that Ms. Munoz and Mr. Blaylock agreed to a pass to May the 4th.
May 4th.
I'm on, Judge.
So we're setting it for May the 4th.
May the 4th.
Yes, sir.
All right, thank you.
Right, you're excused.
Thank you. Bye.
Case number 2018 CCR 0131, State of Texas versus Carla Ordonez, aka Carla Ordonez with a C. Are you on?
Travis Spence on behalf of the defendant, Your Honor. I'm not aware of her being present in the courtroom.
Okay, now I'm gonna go ahead and recon and we'll come to the top of the docket.
Yes, sir.
Case number 2018 CCR 0143, State of Texas versus Jesse Sosa. And case number 0144. Mr. Jesse Sosa.
He's present, Your Honor. He's present, Your Honor. That's going to be a plea, court please.
Right here, I'm on. Hello?
Okay, we can hear you, Mr. Sosa.
Okay.
Okay. It's Canizales. I see her now. Canizales, go ahead and swear him in, please.
Yes. Would you raise your right hand, sir?
Yeah.
Do you solemnly swear that the testimony you're about to give will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yeah, yes, ma'am.
Thank you.
State your name, please.
Jesse Sosa.
Mr. Sosa, you realize you reached an agreement with the state through your attorney?
Yes, sir.
Do you understand that agreement?
Yes, sir.
Okay, is anybody forcing you to take that agreement?
No, sir.
And you do realize that if this court rules in favor of abiding by that agreement, that you're waiving your right to appeal?
Yes, sir.
Unless you have approval from this court.
Yes, sir.
Are you a U.S. citizen?
Yes, sir.
Counsel, in your opinion, your client competent?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, State, you want to read the agreement, please?
Yes, Your Honor. Our agreement, Mr. Sosa has two cases. 2018 CCR 0143 and 2018 CCR 0144. He is to enter a plea to both cases, Judge. And in exchange for a plea of guilty, the defendant is to be sentenced to 44 days in county jail. The cases are to run concurrent with each other. He's to get credit for time served. Costs court costs are to be assessed in both cases. In each case.
Okay. Mr. Sosa.
Yes, sir.
Having the state read the agreement out loud, do you understand it?
Yes, sir.
And how do you plead?
Guilty, sir? Yeah.
Okay. Okay. This court is ruling in favor of abiding by the agreement.
Judge, are we going to be doing,
Copy, please.
Hello?
Go ahead, counsel.
are we going to be doing one case at a time, or is he entering a plea to both cases, Judge?
Okay, I'm sorry. I was under the assumption that you were close. Okay, then. Okay, you did read both, so I guess my question to you, Mr. Sosa, how do you plead in both of your charges?
Guilty, yeah.
All right. Okay. Court rules in favor of abiding by that agreement.
Your Honor, the state would offer into evidence text exhibits 1, 2, and 3. We'd ask that they be taken into evidence as true and correct for all purposes, and that the defense stipulate to venue and jurisdiction.
No objections, Your Honor, and we stipulate the jurisdiction.
Noted and granted, and just for the record, pleaded guilty on both case 0143 and 0144. Okay, yes, he's needing to turn himself in. Counsel.
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, so just make sure that he's doing the proper steps in order for him to be excused for the day.
Your Honor, yes, thank you, Your Honor. The idea is, I think that he already has served the 44 days and he needs to check in and out of the jail.
There you go.
And
Yes.
we'd like to see if he can do it tomorrow, Your Honor, or next week.
That's correct, Judge. We'd ask for a specific day for him to turn himself in, for the in and out checkout. And also, Judge, the agreement is that he pay court costs in each of the cases. So we'd like a day for him to do that.
Okay.
Your Honor, if the court please, he has a disability at this point, and it's going to be difficult. Your Honor, I'd like to have at least 6 months for paying the court costs, if the court please.
Okay, and how about the attorney to do the actual reporting in and out, counsel?
Jesse, when do you want to go?
I can be there maybe on the not this Tuesday, but next Tuesday.
Okay, counsel, can you make sure that he follows through on that?
That would be the 16th of February, Your Honor, if the court please, and I'll follow up with that.
Okay, and I'm gonna go ahead and grant him the 6 months to be able to pay that court cost.
Thank you, Your Honor.
All right. Okay, case number 2018 CCR 0148, State of Texas versus Albert de la Paz.
Am I excused?
Yes, you're excused, Mr.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Case number 0148, Mr. Albert de la Paz. Are you on? I see him on there. I saw him on there and then he disappeared. Okay, there he goes. Mr. de la Paz, can you hear me? Mr. De La Paz, I see you, but I can't hear you. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and recall. How about Council Contreras? Council Contreras, are you on? So I'm gonna recall that case.
Hello?
Yes, Mr. De La Paz, can you hear me?
I apologize, Judge. I thought I heard my name wrong. Sorry.
Yes, no, who's this?
This is Attorney Fabian Limas. I apologize.
Oh, yeah, no, that's fine. Okay, so we're gonna recall that case. Case number 2018 CCR 0149, State of Texas versus Dario Kristen Flores.
Yes, Your Honor, I'm here.
Okay. Okay. Council Limas, are you on?
I am, Your Honor.
Oh, that Mr. Lima. Okay, so Mr. Flores on. I'll make sure I have both of you.
Yes, Mr. Flores is on, Judge.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Go
We
ahead.
have to turn on his video, Judge, so we could see him.
Mr. Flores, please turn on your video.
Yes.
There it is.
Right.
Can y'all see me?
I don't see him.
Under Dario Flores, Your Honor.
I see him, Judge.
All right, go ahead, Council.
Yeah, thank you very much, Your Honor. Your Honor, in this case, we are working with Mr. Mattingly on working out and getting a resolution. Unfortunately, I've been told Mr. Mattingly has been out a couple of weeks, Your Honor. We have not been able to finalize our agreement, Judge. We're asking for just one more continuance. Hopefully, Mr. Mattingly can get back at the office and we can finish this, Your Honor.
Right. Okay, so I want to set it for April the 7th. That should give you plenty of time.
Yes, Your Honor. Thank you.
Okay, Mr. Flores, continue to communicate with your attorney, and it's set for April 7th.
Okay, thank you, Your Honor.
You're excused, Mr. Flores.
Might be excused, Your Honor.
Yes, you may.
Thank you, Judge.
Case number 2018 CCR 0176, State of Texas versus George Mendoza.
Joseph Moreno with Texas Rio Grande Legal Aid for Mr. Mendoza, Your Honor. He's present. Your Honor, this is a motion to revoke. Mr. Mendoza was previously granted an extension of time so he can finish some classes and finish paying off fines and whatever fees were owed. If Your Honor was swearing the probation officer, I believe that that has been done.
Yes, Your Honor, John Estrada with probation. Mr. Mendoza has indeed paid off his fees. He still is lacking a couple of classes, but for the most part, he's gotten the majority of it done.
All right.
Sorry,
Okay.
Judge, I don't see Mr. Mendoza.
That's what I was gonna say.
Call from +19.
He's on, Judge. He announced that he was present. I don't know where he's at. Mr. Mendoza.
I'm right here. I'm right here.
There he is, Judge.
Sorry about that.
Okay, let's see. And Mr. Is it Estrada?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, can you kind of just verify that?
Yes, Your Honor. He has completed most of his classes and paid off his fees. The only class that I show still lacking is the Victim Impact Panel by Mothers Against Crime.
Okay. State, what says you?
Well, Judge, of course, especially that class, we want him to complete that. I thought that was the idea, that it would be reset so that he could finish off what he needed to do. So
I thought that was completed. Mr. Mendoza, you haven't completed that Victim Impact Panel class?
Oh, I thought I did, but I guess I haven't. I really thought I did complete all my classes.
Okay, but why don't we do this? I'm gonna somehow or another fit you into the March 1st. So we're gonna set it for March 1st. Just be sure that you get with your probation officer, Mr. Mendoza.
Okay.
And you need to get that class behind you. That's part of the agreement.
Okay, sir.
So you're almost done. So don't drop the ball on this one.
All right, sir.
All right. So we're gonna set it for March the 1st.
Okay, thank you.
Yes, you may.
Thank you, Judge.
Case number 2018 CCR 0205, State of Texas versus Veronica Rodriguez.
Jason Collin with Texas Rio Grande Legal Aid. Ms. Rodriguez is still in her other court case. We're asking for this to be recalled.
Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and recall. Okay. Case number 2019 CCR 0016, State of Texas versus Adrian Nájera Sr. Okay, and there was an agreement to reset for April the 7th. Due to a pending felony. All right. Case number 2019 CCR 0024, State of Texas versus Alberto de la Paz, and case number 0025. Get some. 0024, 0025, 0026, 0027, 0028. Mr. Alberto de la Paz, are you on?
I believe this is the same individual that you called earlier with attorney Jesse Contreras.
Okay. All right, you're correct. Let's see. So what? I recall it. Okay, I'm recalling it as well. Recalling. Okay, case number 2019 CCR 0048, State of Texas versus Serafin Almazan Gudino, and case number 0049.
Joseph Moreno with Texas Rio Grande Legal Aid for Mr. Serafin Almazan Gudino. Your Honor, Ms. Alcaraz is handling this case. Mr. Gudino has a felony case pending. I believe it's going to be a jury trial on civil commitment. We're asking for these cases to be set for May, Judge.
Or you're asking for trial dates?
We're asking, well, I suppose a status setting to see what's going to happen with the felony case, Judge.
Okay. Right. So
He on this particular case, he had been in county jail and was supposed to go away for treatment. Last we checked, he had not left. I'm wondering, is he still in county jail or has he gone off to treatment? I would need a status from the jail, Judge.
All right.
He's still incarcerated, ma'am.
I'm sorry, who's talking?
Who is this?
It's the jailer.
Oh. Okay.
He's still incarcerated.
Okay, and is he refusing to come out, Judge, or I know we had that situation last time.
He's refusing.
Okay, so obviously there's a pending cases, felony cases on that.
Yes, sir.
And you're asking for the May 4th?
We're asking for May settings, Judge, yes.
Okay. And I'm assuming that as far as him getting diagnosed, I guess.
He's been diagnosed, Judge. I think it's an issue of civil commitment. We're going to have a trial on that at the felony level.
All right. Okay, so we're setting both of these cases for May the 4th for status. Okay. Case number 2019 CCR 0061, State of Texas versus Daniel Montes Jr.
I'm here, Your Honor. Good morning, Your Honor. Travis Spence on behalf of Mr. Montes, Your Honor. Your Honor, it's my understanding that the state has filed a motion to dismiss. My client successfully completed a drug divert.
Okay,
Judge, that is correct. We filed a motion to dismiss yesterday.
okay, yes, and it's been signed. So for the record, yes, court signed the motion to dismiss on Mr. Daniel Montes.
Your Honor, in light of the court's execution of the motion to dismiss, I'm assuming my client is released. May my client and I be excused?
Yes, you may.
Thank you, Judge.
Thank you, Counsel.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you. Case number 2019 CCR 0079, State of Texas versus Yadira S. Ramirez.
Good morning, Your Honor. Ryan Solis for Mrs. Ramirez. Your Honor, she's got a pending felony. And so we would respectfully ask some time to allow that felony to be worked out before we can resolve the misdemeanor case.
So next hearing date, we're doing May 7th. Oh, we're in April. Would the April hearing cover it, or do we need to go further out to May?
Your Honor, I think an April status at the very minimum would be fine. That way, hopefully the felony could be resolved between now and.
Okay, so we're gonna set it for April the 7th. April 7th.
Thank you, Your Honor. May she be excused, Judge?
Yes.
Thank you.
Case number 2019 CCR 0093, State of Texas versus Elizabeth Mojica. Ms. Elizabeth Mojica, are you on? Okay, let me go ahead and recall. Let me see that. Okay, case number 2019 CCR 0099, State of Texas versus Ricardo de los Santos.
Jason Collin with Texas Rio Grande Legal Aid on behalf of Mr. De Los Santos. I do believe he's on the call.
Mr. De Los Santos, are you on? Doesn't appear to be. I'm gonna recall. Case number 2019 CCR 0124, State of Texas versus Roxanne Requena. Ms. Roxanne Requena. Well, I see her now. I can see you, Ms. Requena, but I can't hear you.
Sir, I don't have a lawyer. I don't know if you heard me.
Okay.
Judge, in this case, she also has another case further down on the docket.
Yes, it's 0184. I just saw it.
Yes. She has a motion to revoke on that particular case, Judge. And well, I guess if she doesn't have an attorney, she needs to look into that. But what we are recommending, the state is recommending, Your Honor, is that her probation be extended for 1 year and reset the motions to revoke for 6 months to see how her progress is coming along. She needs to take care of some terms of her probation, and so the department is willing to continue working with her in lieu of revoking her. So we won't have to revoke her.
Okay. Ms. Requena, typically I would ask for you to be represented, but this obviously is in your favor, and obviously you've been communicating with your probation officer as to your needs.
Yes.
So I'm going to go ahead and grant that extension. Do you agree to that extension?
Yes, sir.
All right. Okay. And then so we can for September the 8th. Okay, so we can set it for September the 8th, Ms. Requena.
Okay.
And take advantage of the opportunity they're giving you, and hopefully by September 8th you'll be done.
Okay.
Or before that. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Charles Father with probation. Ms. Requena, make sure to please call me tomorrow morning so I can set up what classes and what you need to do to complete.
I have classes right now pending.
Okay, just call me tomorrow morning.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you. You're excused, Mr. Kim.
Thank you.
Case number 2019 CCR 0152, State of Texas versus Clarissa Hernandez.
Yes, sir.
Good morning, Your Honor. Ryan Solis for Mrs. Hernandez. Your Honor, she has a pending felony that will need to get resolved before we can take care of this misdemeanor, Judge.
Okay, so we'll set it for April 7th, Counsel.
Thank you, Your Honor. May she be excused, Judge.
Yes, you may.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Case number 2019 CCR 0192, State of Texas versus Joseph Aaron Haynes. Mr. Joseph Aaron Haynes, are you on? No. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and recall. I'm being told there's a medical condition on both defendant and attorney. All right, so I'm gonna recall for just now and we'll make a decision. Okay, case number 2019 CCR 0202, State of Texas versus Paulo Chavarria Rodriguez. Mr. Paulo Chavarria Rodriguez, are you on? Okay. There's the one that you come to the one. All right. All right. I'm gonna recall that. Yeah. Mr. Council Moreno.
Yes, Judge.
Who represents Mr. Rodriguez?
I do, Your Honor. We reached out to him yesterday. I got a hold of his sister. He is hard of hearing. He has a disability with his hearing, but I have not spoken to him directly, Judge.
Okay, and the other thing was that I'm being told that there was to have been something filed so that we can proceed with accommodations.
I believe that there is a motion on file, Judge. If I'm mistaken, I apologize and I'll file that today. But I think Ms. Alcaraz filed a motion for a closed captioning.
All right, and so I'm gonna recall, but just FYI, I believe these and Ms. Jennifer is gonna check, but there is this individual that comes and waits outside, and I think he's doing that as well today, but I'm gonna recall and see what the situation is.
He may also be at the adult daycare, Judge. He goes to adult daycare daily.
Right. Okay, and Council, you need to file that order so that we can further make accommodations.
Okay, yes, Judge.
All right, case number 2019 CCR 0207, State of Texas versus Adira San Juana Ramirez. What's that? Okay, so I'm told that there was a previous case. Council Solis, are you on? Oh yeah, there it is. We set it for April the 7th. Okay, so for the record, we're also setting it's the same defendant for April the 7th.
Did you check in, Your Honor?
Yeah, she had on the other case, and I unfortunately excused them, Counsel, or excused her.
I see. Yes.
It's the same individual.
Yes, sir.
Case number 2019 CCR 0233, State of Texas versus Jonathan Alfonso Moreno.
Yes, Mayor. Yes, Honor.
All right. Okay. And Council Flores, are you on? I see you now.
Good morning, Your Honor. I was on mute.
Yes,
Good morning, Your Honor. Robert Flores for the defendant. He is present, Your Honor. We're here on status. This is a POM, possession charge. He is a PTD candidate. We're in the process of preparing his packet and submitting it to the state for its approval.
Okay.
So we would ask for maybe 60 days, Judge, to get it over to the state, let the state review it if they're going to approve it and let him into the program.
Okay, so okay, so we're going to set it for April the 7th.
April the 7th.
Yes, sir.
April 7th.
There are
Judge.
deadlines for him to get all this done. I'm not sure what the deadline is on this case, I would just ask that Council Flores look into that and make sure to abide by that deadline.
For sure. Thank you.
Okay, you got that, Council Flores?
Yes, I did.
Okay. All right. So it's set for April 7th.
April 7th. Okay.
You're excused.
That's all he has. Mr. Mono will be excused, Judge.
Yes, you may.
Okay, so I can leave the meeting?
Yes, you can.
Okay.
All right.
Thanks, Honor.
Thank you. Case number 2019 CCR 0237, State of Texas versus Katia Perez Aguirre. Ms. Aguirre, are you on?
Yes.
Council Sanchez.
He was here right now.
While we wait for him, Your Honor, John Estrada with probation. This is to confirm that the defendant was placed on pretrial, and she was placed on pretrial on January 26th.
Okay, so this was so this was a status just to make sure that she was.
Yes, that she was accepted into the program on January 26th.
Okay, then we need not take action. It was accepted and followed through, right?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right.
Perhaps just admonishments, Your Honor, making sure she understands the opportunity being granted to her and abide by all the conditions.
Yes, Ms. Aguirre, I'm sure you understand. I'm sure your attorney has informed you as to this is an opportunity for you. So abide by whatever guidelines this program has so that you can put this behind you.
Okay.
Do not derail. You can very easily be distracted and not realize the opportunity. So take advantage of it.
Yes. Thank you.
All right. Okay, so you're excused.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Case number 2019 CCR 0241, State of Texas versus Kimberly Denise Ledesma.
Joseph Moreno, Texas Rio Grande Legal Aid, Your Honor. I've been on the phone with them this morning. They're trying to get on. They don't seem to have service. The last time I spoke with them, they were still trying to figure out where they can go.
Right here. I got it.
There she is, Judge.
All
Your
right.
Honor, he also has another case on the docket, 2020 CCR 0167. Ms. Ledesma is, she just got out on bond, Judge. I have not had an opportunity to sit down and talk to her about the cases, and we're still conferring with the state. I asked the court for an April setting.
Okay, I'll honor that, counsel. I just can't find the other one. There's one in the back. Okay, Kimberly Denise. Right? Okay, I'm sorry, counsel. You're asking for the April?
Yes, Judge.
So we're gonna set it for April 7th, counsel.
Thank you, Your Honor. That's the status setting?
Yes, sir, status.
Thank you, Judge. May she be excused?
Yes, you may.
Thank you, Your Honor. Ms. Ledesma, you may be excused. We'll be in touch, okay?
And of course, that's on both cases, correct, Your Honor?
That's correct. Case number 2019 CCR 0246, State of Texas versus Marcela Flores. Marcela Flores, are you on?
Jason Collin with Texas Rio Grande Legal Aid. I do believe she's on the call.
Can you hear me?
Yes. Yes, Ms. Flores. Go ahead, counsel.
Your Honor, at this time, Ms. Flores has a case pending at intake, so we're asking for a reset so we can try to work both cases out with the state.
Okay, so we'll set it for April 7th, counsel.
Thank you, Your Honor. May Ms. Flores be excused at this time?
She may.
Thank you. Have a great day.
Thank you. case number 2019 CCR 0252, State of Texas versus Vanessa Stephanie Tijerina.
Good morning, Your Honor. Robert Flores.
Good morning. Are you turning it up?
And I believe Mr. Tijerina is present. Your Honor, I think we're here on status, and we're in a bit of a situation where I don't know if I said this or not, but because this particular defendant, and I am court appointed on this case, has multiple charges pending in felony court and had retained counsel, private counsel on her felonies, the court went ahead and discharged me as her court appointed a lawyer since she had in fact obtained private counsel in her defense on her pending felony charges. And it was discussed that this case would be also, in this case, considering that she already has retained counsel, and it would be in the best interest of justice that one attorney handle all the cases and deal with the state in the most efficient manner. So that's where we left off in felony court, Judge, and now we are here. So I'm not sure what this, I'll defer it over to yourself and to the state judge and see what you want to do with that situation.
Okay. Obviously, the court-appointed attorney is a process to qualify and what have you. But if Ms. Tijerina has hired an attorney, Ms. Tijerina, I still don't see you. Are you on?
You don't. Yes, sir.
Yes,
I can see you.
I agree with Counsel Flores as far as that it would be to your advantage to have one attorney represent you in all your cases. So I'd rather it come from you than me dropping the court-appointed attorney. Would you agree to that?
Yes.
Mr.
Yes,
Hidden?
Your Honor.
Who's your other attorney, if you don't mind me asking?
The other attorney is Dan Sanchez.
Okay. What I'm gonna do is this. I'm gonna go ahead and reschedule this particular hearing. And between now and then, can you ask your attorney? Well, first of all, is tell him the situation, and this court would rather it come from you, that you hire Counsel Sanchez to include this.
Judge, I'm in another courtroom right now.
What's that? Okay, I didn't get that. Okay.
I'm sorry, Judge.
Okay, so I'm gonna set it, Ms. Tijerina and counsel, for April the 7th. He also has one. Okay, and there's another case. On what page? 33.
You're under my excuse.
Hold on. Technically, Counsel Flores.
Is there another charge?
Yes, there's another case number 2020 CCR 0228. This is an arraignment. So, Counsel Flores. So I would like for you to do the arraignment. Technically, you're still her attorney, and it's
okay.
An arraignment. So where is that? It's Canizales. There she is. Ms. Canizales, could you swear in, please?
Yes, would you raise your right hand, please?
I don't see you.
Okay, Ms. Tijerina,
Yes,
I don't
I'm here.
I don't see her either.
I'm here.
Okay, I'm sure you are, but I just can't see you.
Okay, can you say something so I can see you?
Hello?
Oh, there you are. Okay, do you solemnly swear that the testimony you're about to give will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth? So help you God.
I do.
Thank you.
All right, so Ms. Tijerina, you've been charged with interfere with public duties. Is that the correct charge? Okay, interfere with public duties. How do you plead those charges?
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
How do you plead those charges?
Not guilty.
Right. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna set the same hearing date as I'm doing for the case number 0252 for April the 7th, Ms. Tijerina.
Okay. Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, and what I would suggest that you do between now and then is to talk to your attorney Sanchez
Yeah.
and
Yes, Your
let
Honor.
him know what transpired, and Counsel Flores, if you could kind of make contact with him. And I think he would agree to have he would agree and perhaps advise his client to have all cases being represented by him.
Guerra here.
Your Honor, good morning, Judge. This is Sergio Sanchez.
That's it.
Absolutely, Judge, and I will assist him any way possible.
Okay. All right. Okay, so
Judge,
yes.
am I able to log off after this?
Who's this? Oh, yes, you're gonna be excused after this, Ms. Tijerina. Is that your question?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Your Honor.
Yeah, you'll be excused after this. So it's set for April the 7th.
Thank you.
All right, thank you.
And Your Honor, that's all I have for today before this honorable court. May I be excused, Judge?
That's really good. Case number 2019 CCR 0258, State of Texas versus Rodolfo Chapa Jr.
Yes, sir, I'm here.
Joseph Moreno, Texas Rio Grande legal aid for Mr. Chapa. Your Honor, we're here for a trial set for, I suppose, a pre-trial setting. But understanding that we're not having a trial, I guess anytime soon, we'll be asking for the next available, I guess in April.
Yeah, so we'll set it for April. Let's see where we're at with that.
Okay.
April 7th for pre-trial, April 13th for trial, counsel.
Thank you, Your Honor. Mr.
Have
Chapa,
Mr. Chapa turn on his video, Your Honor?
Mr. Chapa,
Thank you.
Yes, ma'am.
you see him?
Yes.
All right. Okay, Mr. Chapa, April the 7th.
Okay.
And continue to communicate with your attorney.
we'll be in touch, sir. May he be excused, Your Honor?
Yes, you may.
Thank you, Judge.
Case number 2019 CCR 0266, State of Texas versus Janie Loya.
Joseph Moreno, Texas Rio Grande legal aid from his lawyer, Judge. I believe she's on the call.
Ms. Loya, are you on?
Yes.
Your Honor, we're in the same situation with this case. We're asking for an April setting for a pre-trial and trial.
Okay, so we'll do April 7th and April 13th, counsel.
Thank you, Your Honor. May Ms. Lawyer be excused, Judge?
She may.
Thank you, Judge.
Case number 2020 CCR 0011, State of Texas versus Kristen Georgianne Andrade.
Joseph Moreno, Texas Rio Grande legal aid from Ms. Andrade, Judge. I believe she's on the call.
Ms. Andrade,
Your Honor, Ms. Andrade has some misdemeanor cases, and she also has a felony case pending. We'd like to ask for another status setting so we can try to work all these cases out together.
okay, so we'll set it for April 7th, counsel.
Thank you, Your Honor. May Ms. Andrade be excused?
Yes, you may.
Thank you, Judge.
Case number 2020 CCR 0013, State of Texas versus Geronimo Emiliano Rodriguez.
Joseph Moreno, Texas Rio Grande legal aid for Mr. Rodriguez, Your Honor. Pre-trial diversion had been an offer that was made. Mr. Rodriguez has indicated that he's not going to sign up for pre-trial diversion because he can't afford it. We're asking for another setting, Judge, a status setting.
Okay, so we're gonna set it for April the 7th.
Thank you, Your Honor. Let Mr. Rodriguez be excused.
He may. Case number 2020-CCR0031, State of Texas versus Isaias Palafox. Palafox. Mr. Palafox, are you on? Mr. Palafox, are you on? Can you recall? Yes.
Your Honor, Joseph Moreno, Texas Rio Grande legal aid. I ask if the court can please recall this case. We'll see if we can reach out to Mr. Palafox and get a hold of him.
Yes, and I did. Recalling that case. Okay, case number, I'm gonna go to the back of the docket on the add-ons on this. Case number 2020-CCR0244, State of Texas versus Jeremy Allen Porter.
Good afternoon or good morning to the Honorable Court, Your Honor. Rick Barrera here, counsel for the defendant. Your Honor, this case was originally on the docket yesterday. However, due to an oversight with my office, my client was not notified. However, he is here today and we're asking that his KPS from yesterday be recalled. And we'd like to enter a plea of not guilty, ask for a pretrial date.
There wasn't a waiver for arraignment submitted, counsel.
Your Honor, I wasn't aware of a waiver that has been submitted, but we can have one here for you today.
Okay, so what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna go through the swearing-in of him pleading guilty, not guilty. Okay, so let's see. Mr. Porter.
Yes, Your Honor.
I'm gonna swear him in, Ms. Canizales.
Yes. Mr. Porter, would you raise your right hand? Do you solemnly swear that the testimony you're about to give will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes.
Thank you.
What are the charges? And you can answer for him, counsel.
Charges animal cruelty, Your Honor.
Okay. Mr. Porter, you've been charged with animal cruelty. How do you plead to those charges?
Not guilty.
All right. So the next hearing date, counsel, I apologize, but what dates were you asking, or were you asking for a date?
Your Honor, we're asking for a pretrial date for March. At that time, we'll determine if we're going to waive a jury trial and ask the bench to hear the case.
Okay, so we're gonna have to do April, counsel. April the 7th.
Thank you, Your Honor. I've noted that down, and Mr. Porter has noticed an open court of April 7th.
Yes, and I'm gonna, since by you admitting that it was you not notifying your client, counsel, I'm not gonna go into the why part of yesterday's failure to appear. So I'm gonna go ahead and just make sure that we're on next time.
Thank you, Your Honor. Yes, sir.
All right. Okay, so it's set for April 7th.
Thank you. May I be excused, Your Honor?
Yes, you may.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Case number 2020-CCR0043, State of Texas versus John Ray Luna.
Here, Your Honor.
Joseph Moreno with Texas Rio Grande legal aid for Mr. Luna. Your Honor, we do have a plea on a felony case that's coming up in later this month. We're asking that this case be reset. This case will be dismissed as part of the plea, I believe.
I didn't catch that last part.
This case will be dismissed as part of the plea, Judge.
Oh, okay. And so, but you're asking for
a reset so that we can get the plea and the felony case done, Judge.
Okay, so we're doing April 7th, so I guess we'll stick to that.
I think that'll be sufficient, Judge.
All right. Okay, so it's April 7th. Mr. Luna, you're excused.
Thank you, sir.
I'll be in touch with you, Mr. Luna.
All right, sir.
Case number 2020-CCR0047, State of Texas versus Melody Tamayo.
Good morning, Your Honor. Ryan Solis for.
Yes, sir.
Good morning, Your Honor. Ryan Solis for Mrs. Tamayo, Your Honor. We've met with the district attorney on this and they've extended an offer. My client has agreed to accept it. However, we've not been able to meet with her to get the paperwork filled out. So if we can get the very next setting, that way she can go ahead and plea at that hearing, Your Honor.
So it'll be April 7th, counsel.
Thank you, Your Honor. May she be excused, Judge.
Yes, you may.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Case number 2020 CCR 0050, State of Texas versus Dorotea Constante.
Texas Rio Grande Legal Aid for Ms. Constante, Your Honor. We do have a plea agreement in the family case. It's coming up soon. Again, we'd ask for this case to be reset to April. I think it'll be resolved as part of the plea, Judge.
April 7th. Okay, so it's set for April 7th.
Thank you, Your Honor. May Ms. Constante be excused?
She may.
Thank you.
Case number 2020 CCR 0055, State of Texas versus Stephen Ray Lara Jr. Mr. Stephen Ray Lara Jr., are you on?
Yes, I'm on.
Okay. Counsel Alanis.
Yes, I'm on.
Yeah.
Hello?
Yes, Mr. Lara, when was the last time you talked to your attorney?
I can't hear anything.
Mr. Lara, can you hear me?
All right, yeah, I'm on. I can hear you.
When was the last time you talked to your attorney?
This morning.
Counsel Alanis, are you on?
I thought I had seen counsel on these before docket was called.
What's he on? I'm told it shows the square where his name is on, but not. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to recall Mr. Lara. You need to stay on.
Okay.
We're going to give your attorney time to come back on.
All right, no problem.
And Judge, he has another case. I numbered mine. It's number 48 on your docket on page 16.
All right, so we'll recall that case as well. Case number 2020 CCR 0067. Okay. So stay on, Mr. Lara. Case number 2020 CCR 0063, State of Texas versus Heidi Hernandez McGill. Ms. McGill, are you on? Heidi Hernandez McGill.
Sir. Yes, sir.
Are you on?
Yes.
All right.
Jason Collin with Texas Rio Grande Legal Aid on behalf of Ms. McGill. This is Ms. Alcaraz's case. At this time, Ms. McGill has a pending felony and we're trying to resolve both cases with the state, so we're asking for a reset.
We're gonna set it for April 7th.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Counsel Ms. McGill.
Your Honor.
May Ms. McGill be excused?
She may.
Thank you.
Case number 2020 CCR 0064, State of Texas versus Destiny Renee Vasquez, and case number 0065. Destiny Renee Vasquez, are you on?
Your Honor, I believe that this is a pretrial diversion case. This is Ms. Alcaraz's case, and I believe the state filed their motions to abate on this case because she was on pretrial diversion on a felony.
I did sign. So I'm told that I did sign on that.
Yes, Judge, that's correct.
All right. Okay, so there's no action to be taken. Is that the consensus?
I believe so, Judge.
All right.
That's true.
Okay, so no need to set a date. Am I correct?
Correct.
All right. Okay, so you're excused, Ms. Vasquez.
Thank you.
Case number 2020 CCR 0073, State of Texas versus Jose Inez Coronao.
Joseph Moreno, Texas Rio Grande Legal Aid for Mr. Coronado, Your Honor. He's on the call. We have a plea on this case this morning, Judge. I believe the plea packet was submitted by the state yesterday.
Yes, it's here. Okay, Mr. Coronado, are you on?
He's on the call, Judge. He's on mute.
Okay.
Okay, can you hear me?
Yes, yes, we can. Okay, Ms. Canizales, you want to swear him in, please?
Yes, would you raise your right hand, sir? Do you solemnly swear that the testimony you're about to give will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes, sir. Yes, ma'am.
Thank you.
All right, before we proceed, just for the record, there's a document signed by both the state and the defendant's attorney and the defendant himself to allow the proceedings to go forward via teleconference. So with that, Ms. Canizales, can you swear Mr. Coronado in?
Raise your right hand, sir, please. Do you solemnly swear that the testimony you're about to give will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes, I do.
Thank you.
State your name, please.
Jose Inez Coronado.
Mr. Coronado, you're aware that you've reached an agreement with the state through your attorney?
Yes, sir.
Do you understand the agreement?
Yes, sir.
You understand that if this court rules in favor of abiding by the agreement, that you're waiving your right to appeal
Yes, sir.
unless you get approval from this court?
Yes, sir.
And is anybody forcing you to take that agreement?
No, sir.
Are you a U.S. citizen?
Yes.
Okay, counsel, in your opinion, is your client competent?
Your Honor, I believe he's competent. He has been able to assist in his defense.
State, you want to read out the agreement, please?
Yes, Your Honor. In return for a plea of guilty, the defendant is to be sentenced to 6 months in county jail, probated for 1 year. He needs to pay court costs, attorney fees, a $400 fine. Just for the record, there's no CSR hours. He needs to do an alcohol or drug evaluation and any counseling that may be recommended. He needs to do random urinalysis and pay for the cost of said testing. He needs to get his GED if he does not have a high school diploma. He needs to complete 15-hour drug offenders education program and all standard conditions of probation, Judge.
Okay, Mr. Coronado, having the state read the agreement out loud, do you understand it?
Yes, sir.
And how do you plead?
Guilty.
Okay, court rule in favor of abiding by the agreement.
I'm sorry, Judge.
It's court.
It could just be me, but I heard him say not guilty.
He's entering a plea of guilty at this time. Is that correct, Mr. Coronado?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah, I didn't catch that. Okay, so okay, let me just repeat that. I didn't catch it. So how do you plead to these charges, Mr. Coronado?
Guilty.
All right. Okay, this court rules in favor of abiding by the agreement.
Your Honor, the state would offer into evidence to exhibits 1, 2, and 3. Would ask that they be admitted into evidence without objection, and that defense counsel stipulate to venue and jurisdiction in this case.
No objection, Your Honor. We so stipulate.
Note it and accept it. That. So he needs to report to probation.
Yes, Your Honor. Mr. Coronado, can you please report to this office, the probation office, at 1 o'clock today for processing?
Yes, sir.
Okay, thank you.
All right.
Your Honor, may Mr. Coronado be excused?
Yes, you may.
Thank you, Judge.
Case
Thank
number,
you, Judge. Thank you, Judge.
yes, sir, Mr. Coronado. Case number 2020 CCR 0079, State of Texas versus Reynaldo Rene Agapito.
Good morning, Your Honor. Mauricio Garcia stepping in for Mr. Hernandez with the court's permission.
Okay. Mr. Agapito, are you on?
Yes.
Your Honor, we will be requesting a 30-day reset on this case. It is my understanding that Mr. Hernandez is trying to dispose of this case along with the pending charge in the 197th, and he would like to request 30 more days.
So I'm gonna set it for April the 7th, council.
Is that a 9 a.m. as well, Your Honor?
Yes, sir, it is. Yes.
Perfect. Thank you, Your Honor.
Okay, Mr. Agapito, it's been set for April the 7th. Continue to communicate with your attorney.
Okay.
Case number 2, your excuse. Case number 2020 CCR 0085, State of Texas versus Martin Gerardo Mendoza or Martin Gerardo Mendoza.
Am I excused?
Yes, sir, you may.
All right, thank you.
Joseph Moreno with Texas Rio Grande Legal Aid for Mr. Mendoza. Your Honor, he is in custody and he also has the next.
Okay, for the record, 0086 as well. Case number 0086 and 0087, 0088, 0089, 0090, 0091, and 0092, 0093. Go ahead, Council.
Your Honor, he's in custody. I don't see him at the jail. There he is. Your Honor, Mr. Mendoza has some felony cases pending. However, there was recently a bond reduction in his felony cases. These here are all misdemeanors. We're asking for trials on all of his cases, Judge, but more importantly, we're asking that all of his bonds be reduced to PR bonds. He's been in custody since 2019.
So they've been reduced in the
At the felony level. Yes, Judge. They have not been reduced to PR bonds at the felony level, but they have been reduced. And he's got bonds in each one of these cases, and he's been in custody since 2019. I believe it was November, December 2019. So they're all misdemeanors. So he's got more than enough time on each of these cases, just so we're asking that he be given PR bonds and a trial setting.
All right, State, what says you?
Your Honor, first of all, Judge, there's no motion requesting this bond reduction, so it's a surprise to us. However, Judge, having said that, we oppose any such reduction. Mr. Mendoza, as the court can see, has what, 9-10 cases pending before this court. It's a violent crime spree that it is our position, a violent crime spree that he engaged in. The felonies that he has pending are very serious. And so we're asking that these bonds be left at the same amount, Judge.
Your Honor, I'm opposing any testimony that there was any sort of violent crime spree. These are allegations, and I believe the allegations arise out of the same incident. And we've been asking for trial all the way through, Judge, and at this time we're making an oral motion for a bond reduction on each of his cases. Again, he's been in custody for over a year, Judge, and these are all misdemeanors.
Judge, in that case, I would ask then that we not have this hearing. The council be required to do what all attorneys are required, which is file a motion, give us 3-day notice, and then we can argue our cases. You can't have it both ways, Judge. I mean, either we argue cases or the facts, or we don't. So at this point, I'd ask this case be that council be required to file a motion, and the state be given the 3-day notice required.
Okay, what I'm going to do, and I'm hearing both of you, is that I'm going to fit this cases into our next docket date, which is March 1st, and Council Moreno submit as you would typically. Of course, in your submission, I'm sure you're going to be recommending not only to reduce bond, but perhaps even as to what you would ask this court to do, where you'll be given the state whatever notice is required. And at that time, this court will consider the reduction in bond.
Sure, yeah.
Instead of scheduling it for the next available docket, which is in April. We'll do March 1st.
Sure, Your Honor.
March 1st. Right. So set it for March the 1st.
Thank you, Judge.
Case number 2020 CCR 0094, State of Texas versus Isaac Benitez.
Joseph Moreno of Texas Rio Grande Legal Aid for Mr. Benitez, Your Honor. I believe he is on.
Yeah, I'm here, sir.
Your Honor, Mr. Benitez has a case arising out of the sentencing, I believe, in felony court. We're asking for an April setting on this case. What is going on with both cases?
You kind of broke off a little bit, Counsel.
We're asking for an April setting, Judge. He has a felony case. I think it's coming up soon, so we're asking for this case to be reset to April.
Okay, so we'll set it for April 7th. Okay, Mr. Benitez, April the 7th.
All right, sir. No problem.
Thank you, Judge. May he be excused?
You may. Case number 2020 CCR 0095, State of Texas versus Nereida Cecilia Carreon. Ms. Carreon, are you on? And Counsel Canales, are you on? I'm gonna go ahead and recall. Case number 2020 CCR 0096, State of Texas versus Mario Guerra.
Good morning, Your Honor. This is Mauricio Garcia again, stepping in for Mr. Hernandez with the court's permission. Mr. Hernandez has tried to contact his client, Mr. Mario Guerra, to no avail. Not sure what to say at this point.
Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and recall counsel, and I'm gonna ask that you stick around. What we'll do is we'll go to the top of the docket and address the recalls, no shows, if you will. And
okay,
we'll take action.
Perfect. Thank you, Your Honor.
Case number 2020 CCR 0097, State of Texas versus Reyes Clark Guerra.
I'm here, Your Honor.
Okay. Mr. Counsel Canales, are you on? Mr.
I'm here, Your Honor.
Yes.
I'm here, Judge. Rick Canales for Nereida Carrion and Reyes Clark Guerra, Judge, as well.
Okay, yeah, we're with Mr. Reyes Clark Guerra at this time.
And Nereida's right here also.
Okay, we need to take one at a time. So let's do Reyes Clark Guerra. Counsel.
Yes, Your Honor. Judge, I was going to ask the Honorable Court, the Reyes Clark Guerra has, the felonies are set for April 15 and April 19th. And I think the felonies are going to be dispositive of this case, Judge. So I would ask the court if you consider giving me dates after the felony, Judge.
Okay, so we're doing April 7th, Counsel. That should be enough time. Do you agree? No.
No, Judge, it wouldn't be, no, Judge.
All right, so we'll do May 4th, Counsel.
Yes, Your Honor. Give me okay. So, Judge, so May the 4th
Yes, sir.
for status, Judge?
Yes, sir.
All right, Judge.
9 a.m.
9 a.m. Yes,
Yes,
Judge.
sir. All right.
Could we have Nereida Carrion on the screen so we can?
Well,
I'm
okay,
here.
we're not doing both. So we're doing Clark Guerra. Okay, so is he on?
He, Judge.
Yes, I'm right here. I'm right here, Your Honor.
I mean, Reyes Clark Guerra, I'm sorry. Ms.
Yes, Your Honor.
Guerra. Okay, so we're done with that one.
May I be excused, sir?
Yes, Ms. Guerra. Okay, now we're going to case number 2020 CCR 0095. Ms. Nereida Cecilia Carreon.
Yes, Your Honor. Your Honor, Rick Canales for Nereida Carrion. Same announcements, Judge. I believe the felony is going to be positive of the misdemeanor, and I would ask for the same case date, same court date, Judge.
Okay, so we're setting it for May the 4th. Okay, Ms. Carreon, May the 4th.
9 a.m., right, Judge?
I'm sorry?
9 a.m.?
Yes, sir.
Thank you, Judge. May
Yes.
she be excused?
Yes, you may.
Thank you, Judge. May I be excused?
Yes, sir, you may.
Thank you, Judge.
You-
Thank you, sir.
Mhm. Excuse me. Case number 2020 CCR 0101, State of Texas versus Abel Balboa.
Donna, I can ask with Texas Rio Grande Legal Aid on behalf of Mr. Balboa, Your Honor. I do believe he's on the call this morning.
Yes, sir.
On this case, Your Honor, we had previously been informed by the state that Mr. Balboa had a case pending at intake. If I could ask the court to reset it so that we can continue speaking with the state and try to resolve all his cases at once.
Okay, so we're doing April the 7th, Council.
Thank you, Your Honor. May Mr. Balboa be excused for today, sir?
May.
Your Honor, I'm sorry, if I may, this is Ryan Solis. I know Your Honor had said that you were going to recall cases, but I've got a client, Mr. Raul Hinojosa, who has been on, and I don't believe his case was called today, Your Honor. He's on page 21 at the bottom.
Okay, yes, we haven't gotten to it, but it's right there, Council.
Okay, Your Honor.
All right.
That's just, I just had a quick announcement on that one, Your Honor, if you want to take care of that since you're there.
Well, I'm not there. Okay, so let's just hold on. Case number 2020 CCR 0102, State of Texas versus Yadira San Juana Ramirez.
Yes, Your Honor, that was the young lady that we had spoken about earlier. She's got a felony, and Your Honor, we set that to April the 7th of 2021.
Okay, so that's what you were talking about. Okay, so we already did that. All right.
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, so you were correct. Okay, case number 2020 CCR 0106, State of Texas versus Raul Jr. Hinojosa.
Yes, Your Honor. Ryan Solis for Mr. Hinojosa. Your Honor, I've spoken to Mrs. Hinojosa about this one. The district attorney relayed the offer to Mrs. Hinojosa. We're still trying to get this one resolved. If we can get that April 7th setting, Your Honor, I think that would give us plenty of time.
Okay, so we'll set it for April 7th.
Good morning, Your Honor. Would the court please inquire as to whether or not Raul Hinojosa is present?
Yes, I am. I'm right here.
Thank you.
All right. Okay, so Mr. Hinojosa, April 7th, continue to communicate with your attorney.
Yes, sir. Yeah.
Okay, any other announcement, Council?
Your Honor, I've just got one last one, which is the bottom of page 26, April Huerta, 2020 CCR 0146.
Okay.
And yes, Your Honor, that's a case that I met with the district attorney on. We're still trying to resolve that one. If we can have that April setting as well, Your Honor.
Okay. Ms. April Denise Huerta, are you on?
Yes, I'm on. I'm here.
Okay, I see on the I see the block with your name, but I don't see. Let's see. There you go. All right.
Okay.
There you are. So case number 2020 CCR 0146, State of Texas, April Denise Huerta, and you're asking for
the April setting, Your Honor.
Okay, so we'll set it for April 7th.
Thank you, Your Honor. That concludes my business with the court. May I be excused, Judge?
Thank
Yes,
you.
sir.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you. Case number 2020 CCR 0109, State of Texas versus Veronica Rodriguez, and case number 0110.
Hi, I can ask with Texas Rio Grande Legal Aid on behalf of Ms. Rodriguez, Your Honor. I do believe she's on the call this morning.
Yes, I am. I'm right here.
Your Honor, these cases are set to be dismissed as part of felony pleas that Ms. Rodriguez has entered. One of the felony cases is still set for sentencing later this month. I would ask that this case be reset pending that sentencing.
That's correct, Your Honor.
Okay, so we'll set it for April 7th.
Thank you, Your Honor. May Ms. Rodriguez be excused for today, sir?
She may.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Case number 2020 CCR 0118, State of Texas versus Priscilla Nicole Dominguez. And case number 01190121. Ms. Priscilla Nicole Dominguez, are you on?
Ms. Dora, the pleas that we have are,
Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and recall. Case number 2020 CCR 0127, State of Texas versus Nielette Thomas. Oh, and this was an appeal from the Justice of the Peace Court. Ms. Thomas, are you on? Nielette Thomas, are you on? Case number 2020 CCR 0129, State of Texas versus Grisela Ray Martinez.
And I could ask the Texas Rio Grande Legal Aid on behalf of Ms. Martinez, Your Honor. I believe Ms. Martinez is on the call this morning.
Ms. Martinez, are you on?
Yes, I'm here.
Your Honor,
I'm here.
in this case, Ms. Martinez has already been signed up and approved for pretrial liberation. I believe this was done last week.
Donna Estrada with probation. Yes, Your Honor, she did sign up and was approved on January 28th.
All right, so this was just to make sure that she had been signed on, so there's no action to be taken.
That's correct, Your Honor.
Ms. Martinez, I'm sure that your attorney has informed you about how this program gives you the opportunity to be able to, for first offenders or first defendants that get charged. So not everyone qualifies for this, so you need to take advantage of that. You understand that?
Okay. Yes, I do.
Don't drop the ball.
Okay, I won't.
All right. You're excused.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you.
Thank you. Case number 2020 CCR 0130, State of Texas versus Isidro Flores Jr.
Your Honor, I believe that this matter was reset for April 7th by agreement of the parties.
That is correct. Yes, I have it here. So it was agreed for the record for April the 7th, 9 a.m. Case number 2020 CCR 0143, State of Texas versus Justin Conde. And case number 0144.
Yes, sir. Jason Collin with Texas Rio Grande Legal Aid on behalf of Mr. Conde. In this case, we believe we are going to reach a resolution. He's received a PTD offer. We are just waiting for restitution amounts. So we're asking for a reset so the state can get us that information.
Okay, so we're gonna set it for April 7th.
Thank you, Your Honor. May Mr. Conde be excused at this time?
Yes, he may.
Thank you.
Case number 2020 CCR 0145, State of Texas versus Isidro Daniel Der Ochoa.
Jason Collin with Texas Rio Grande Legal Aid on behalf of Mr. Ochoa. He is on the call.
Yes, sir.
Go ahead, Counsel.
In this case, we were set for pretrial. We now understand that given the pandemic, that's not possible, so we are just asking for the next pretrial and trial dates.
Okay, so we're doing April 7th pre-trial, April 13th for trial.
Thank you, Your Honor. May Mr. De Ochoa be excused at this time?
You may. Number 2020 CCR 0152, State of Texas versus James Wade Worman Jr. Mr. James Wade Worman. Jr.
Clay Conrad here with Mr. Orman, Your Honor.
Go ahead, Counsel. What's your?
It's my understanding, I'm sitting in for Paul Looney, who is lead counsel on this case. I'm his law partner. It's my understanding he's been in discussions with the state and that they are ongoing, and so we would ask for a reset at this time, Your Honor.
Okay, Counsel, so we're setting for April the 7th. Should give you enough time.
Absolutely, Your Honor.
All right. You're excused, both you and your.
Thank
client.
you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Case number 2020 CCR 0158, State of Texas versus Gilbert Gallardo.
Good morning, Your Honor. Gustavo Lizondo from Mr. Gallardo. I've been in talks with the DA's office about a potential pretrial diversion. However, I do need to continue those negotiations. So I'm just asking for a reset to the next pretrial setting, Judge. 30 days should work.
We're gonna do it for April the 7th, Council.
Yes, Your Honor.
Give you plenty of time. Okay, Mr. Gallardo is set for April the 7th. Continue to communicate with your attorney.
Thank you, sir.
Excuse. Case number 2020 CCR 0160, State of Texas versus Juan David Sainz Sr., aka Juan David Sainz Jr., aka Juan David Sainz.
Your Honor, Mr. Sines also has 2020 CCR 0161. Council Moreno, this is Rio Grande Legal Aid, Judge. We have an agreement in these cases, Judge. We have the plea package. We just haven't had it signed up yet. So we're asking the court for the next setting so we can do that plea.
Okay, so we do April the 7th, Council.
Yes, Your Honor. We'll get it done by then. May Mr. Sines be excused, Your Honor?
You may.
Thank you, Judge.
Thank you, Judge.
Case number 2020 CCR 0172, State of Texas versus Randy Sewell.
Jason Collin with Texas Rio Grande Legal Aid on behalf of Mr. Sewell. He's on the call.
You can see this where you don't see him. Right here. All right, go ahead, Council.
Mr. Sewell is set for status on this case, but he's also set for an arraignment on another case, 2020 CCR 0250. That's the last case on page 34.
Oh, Randy.
Oh, okay. All right, let's do the arraignment.
So, Your Honor, the waiver has been filed in that case.
All right. Okay, so we're gonna set that for April 7th, Council.
Okay.
Then let's go back to case number 2020 CCR 0172.
Your Honor, for that case, we are also asking for a reset. We need to continue discussing this case with the state.
Right, so we're gonna set it for April 7th, Council.
Thank you, Your Honor. May Mr. Sewell be excused at this time?
May. Case
Thank you.
number, yes. Case number 2020 CCR 0176, State of Texas versus Michael Cantu.
Jason Collin with Texas Rio Grande Legal Aid. Mr. Cantu is on the call.
Right, I see. Right, I see. There he is.
Your Honor, this case is set for a plea today.
Yeah. Okay, for the record, the state, the defendant's attorney and the defendant has signed agreeing to do this video teleconference. With that, Ms. Canizales, can you swear in Mr. Michael Cantu, please?
Yes. Would you raise your right hand, sir? Do you solemnly swear that the testimony you're about to give will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
I do.
Thank you.
State your name, please.
Michael Cantu?
Mr. Cantu, you realize you reached an agreement with the state through your attorney?
Yes, sir.
Do you understand the agreement?
Yes, sir.
Is anybody forcing you to take the agreement?
No, sir.
And you realize that if this court rules in favor of abiding by the agreement, that you're waiving your right to appeal
Yes, sir.
unless you get approval from this court.
Yes, sir.
All right. And are you a U.S. citizen?
Yes, I am.
Counsel, in your opinion, is your client competent?
I do, Your Honor. He's been able to assist in his defense.
All right, State, you want to read the agreement, please?
Yes, Your Honor. In exchange for Mr. Cantu's plea of guilty, the agreement is 6 months county jail, probated for 12 months, court costs, attorney's fees, a $500 fine, 50 community service hours, drug and alcohol evaluation and counseling, all standard conditions of probation, random urinalysis and costs therefore, and a 15-hour drug offender education program. Additionally, early termination may be allowed.
All right, Mr. Cantu, having the State read it out loud, do you understand it?
Yes, I do.
And how do you plead to the charges?
Guilty.
All right. Call rules in favor of abiding by the agreement.
I'm sorry, Your Honor, I didn't hear that. What was that?
I said this court rules in favor of abiding by the agreement.
Okay.
Mr. Cantu, this is Mr. Estrada with probation. If you could please come into the office at 1 o'clock today so that we can process you and place you on probation and read the guidelines of probation to you.
Mr. Estrada, if I may.
Sir, I'm not in the.
Mr. Cantu is currently working in Jordantown. There was an emergency issue with the work that he does. We're respectfully asking at this time that he be allowed to report later this week on Friday.
That would be fine. I'll make a note of it then. He's coming in on Friday?
Yes.
Okay.
All right. Okay.
Your Honor, I made an error reading the agreement and there is no early termination allowed.
There's no early termination. Okay. All right. So nonetheless, all the other stipulations stand. All right. So noted. Okay, you're excused, Mr. Cantu.
Thank you.
Be sure and report on Friday.
Okay.
Case number 2020 CCR 0180, State of Texas versus Elidoro Perales Jr.
Yes, sir.
Joseph Moreno, Texas Rio Grande Legal Aid. Judge, on this case, I'm still conferring with the state. I would ask the court to reset this case to April.
All right, so we do April 7th.
Mr. Perales, I'll be in contact with you, sir.
Yes, sir. I appreciate it. Thank you very much.
May he be excused, Your Honor?
Yes, he may.
Thank you, Judge.
Case number 2020 CCR 0190, State of Texas versus Erica G. Rojas, and this one has been previously reset for March the 2nd for the record. Case number 2020 CCR 0193, State of Texas versus Eloy Arredondo.
I can ask for Texas Rio Grande Legal Aid on behalf of Mr. Arredondo, Your Honor. I believe he is on the call this morning.
Yes.
In this case, the state has made a pretrial diversion offer. We would just ask for a reset to verify some of the details with the state, Your Honor.
Okay, so we're gonna set it for April the 7th.
Thank you, Your Honor. May Mr. Arredondo be excused for today?
Yes, Mr. Arredondo,
Yes.
take advantage of this opportunity.
Yes, sir.
Listen to your attorney.
Yes, sir.
You're excused.
Thank you.
Case number 2020 CCR 0194, State of Texas versus Martin Gonzalez.
And I can ask for Texas Rio Grande Legal Aid on behalf of Mr. Gonzalez, Your Honor. I believe he's on the call this morning.
Yes. Hold on. I don't know.
Mr. Gonzalez has a pending felony, Your Honor. If I'd ask that the court reset this case so we can try to work it out with the state.
All right. Can we have Mr.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you, Mr. Gonzalez. Just trying to put you on. I can hear but not see you. Huh? Okay, so you need to find a way how to video yourself, or I won't video.
I don't know how to mess with this. There? Can y'all see me now?
No, we can just hear you. Okay. Nonetheless, I'm sorry, counsel. What's your request?
I'd ask that the court reset the case so that we can try to work out the felony and the misdemeanor together, Your Honor.
All right. So we're gonna set it for April 7th.
Thank you, Your Honor. May Mr. Gonzalez be excused for today?
You may.
All right, thank you, sir.
Okay, April 7th, Mr. Gonzalez.
All right. Thank you.
Case number 2020 CCR 0195, State of Texas versus Juan Garza Jr. Juan Diego Garza Jr., are you on?
Yes, sir, I'm here.
Daniela Carrasco, Texas Revenue Legal Aid on behalf of Mr. Garza, Your Honor. He also has the next 3 cases on the docket. And that's
Case
20
number,
CCR 0196, 197, and 198.
okay, noted.
Mr. Garza has a pending case at intake as well, Your Honor. If I could have these cases reset so we can speak with the state and try to work everything out together.
Your Honor, so the court and Ms. Alcaraz is aware, the state has already submitted those to the court and we're just waiting for cause numbers.
Thank you.
Okay, so April 7th,
Thank you, Your Honor. May Mr. Garza be excused for today, sir?
you may.
Thank you, sir. You have a wonderful day.
Case number 2020 CCR 0200, State of Texas versus Martin Gonzalez. Huh? Oh, I did. Anyone think here? Okay, so I'm told it was included. Oh, yes. Okay, so we took care of the 0194 and 0200. Obviously, I excused Mr. Gonzalez. So this case is also rescheduled for April the 7th.
Well, let Mr. Gonzalez know, Your Honor. Thank you.
Case number 2020 CCR 0204, State of Texas versus Joe Marie Solis.
Jason Collin with Texas Rio Grande Legal Aid on behalf of Ms. Solis. She's on the call.
Yes, Your Honor, I'm here.
Okay.
Your Honor, at this time, we're asking for a brief reset. She does have an offer. I need to confer with her on that.
Let's see if we can get her.
Can you see me?
Okay, we're on now, Ms. Solis. Thank you. I'm sorry, Council. You're asking for April?
Yes.
All right, so we'll set it for April the 7th.
Thank you.
Your Honor, if I may just ask Mr. Collins for a phone number to contact him. My phone was lost and that's why we haven't been in contact. If I can just get that number from him really quickly, I apologize.
You for your number. You can reach me at 956-982-5540.
Okay, thank you. I'll be calling you later today. Thank you, Your Honor. May I be excused?
Okay. Case number 2020 CCR 0225, State of Texas versus Mark Anthony Delgado.
Yes.
Collin with Texas Rio Grande Legal Aid on behalf of Mr. Delgado. Your Honor, this case, I believe, was set for status, but he has not been arraigned yet. We did file the waiver of arraignment in this case.
Yeah, we show it as signed, that Council.
Okay.
A waiver of arraignment.
In that case, Your Honor, we are asking for a reset so that we can review the case with this client.
Okay, so we'll set it for April the 7th.
Thank you, Your Honor. May Mr. Delgado be excused at this time?
You may.
Thank you.
All right. Case number 2020 CCR 0241, State of Texas versus Antonia Maria Ramos, and case number 0242.
Jason Collin with Texas Rio Grande Legal Aid on behalf of Ms. Ramos. She is on the call.
Ms. Ramos, can you hear us?
I believe she's muted.
Yes, sir.
Okay, go ahead, Council.
Your Honor, we are asking for this case as well so that we can review the discovery and talk about these cases with the state.
Okay, I didn't catch the first part. You broke off, but the tail end of your statement was that you're asking for
a reset, Your Honor.
All right, so we'll set it for April 7th.
Thank you, Your Honor. May Ms.
Yes, she may.
Your Honor, before she leaves, would the court please advise her against smoking when she's appearing in court?
Ms. Ramos,
Yes.
you need to have respect for the court.
Okay.
Not necessarily for me, but for the court.
Okay.
All right.
Sorry about that.
So it's April the 7th, Ms. Ramos.
Okay, sir.
Right. Okay, let's see. Okay, case number 2015 CCR 0170A, State of Texas versus Ismael Echavarria. Mr. Ismael Echavarria, what was he on yesterday? Oh, he didn't custody.
Your Honor, what page is this on, please?
It's on the very last one and it's an add-on.
Oh.
Written in. Is it reset yesterday? Yeah, it was reset from yesterday, Council.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Good. Oh, okay. Yeah, this was one that I was gonna decide to give him credit for time served. He has been there for 57 days now, yesterday 56. And so I'm gonna make the ruling that he does get credit for time served. And I know that that's formulated to, what is it, $100 a day, and he owes less than $496 to be exact. So the ruling is that, you know, he's incarcerated, so I'll just wait till he come up to the.
I can go get him right now.
Okay, I just wanted to hear what
Nope.
this court ruling is.
No problem. I'll go get him.
All right, I'm gonna go to the top of the docket, then I'll jump in once you're there. All right, so let's go to the top of the docket. Case number 2018 CCR 0131, State of Texas versus Carla Ordonez, AKA Carla Ordonez. Ms. Ordonez, are you on? Constable Oviedo, was she on initially?
Yes, sir. She was on.
She was on?
Yes.
No. No. I'm told that she wasn't. No. Constable. No. Yes. Ms. Carla Ordonez, are you on? Ms. Carla Ordonez, are you on? Ms. Ordonez, are you on? Nonetheless, court made it very clear at the beginning of the docket about how if you're on for the roll call and not for your hearing when it comes up, or your case when it comes up, that is as if it's a failing to appear. State.
As Ms. Ordonez's name has been called in excess of 3 times and she has wholly failed to appear, the state asks that capias issue for her arrest, that when she's apprehended, she be held at no bond, that any current bond be forfeit, and that a judgment nisi be entered in favor of the state.
Granted. Okay, so I'm gonna go back to case number 2015 CCR 0170A, State of Texas versus Ismael Echavarria. And Mr. Chavarria, your case came up yesterday. I rescheduled for today. And so I'm ruling that you do get credit for time served towards what you owe of $496. I just wanted you to be present when the court ruled that.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
All right, thank you.
Your Honor, if I may address the court at this time.
Go ahead.
I wanted to go back to a case that was set for a plea earlier today, 2020 CCR 0176 for Michael Cantu.
Yes, I think that was towards the tail end of the docket, right?
Yes. As I understood it, and as Mr. Cantu signed there was an early termination allowed for this plea.
Okay, case number 2020 CCR 0176, State versus Michael Cantu.
Your Honor, I sincerely apologize. This is my own error. In my file, I show that there were different offers made, and in one of them, there was no early termination, and I have never seen where we would say early termination is allowed. So, Your Honor, yes, in Mr. Cantu's cause number 2020 CCR 176, if he qualifies for early termination, then he would be allowed. I apologize, Mr. Collin and Mr. Cantu.
And that's fine, Counsel. But just for this court, you mentioned yourself, you seldom do that. Explain to the court what that would allow the defendant to do.
If he were to qualify for early termination of probation, if certain conditions are made and if probation would allow him to terminate his probation early, he would be able to apply and the state would not oppose.
Okay, so in other words, he has the opportunity to put this behind him earlier.
Yes, Your Honor. And in some cases, not this one, but in some cases, a condition of probation is that there will be no early termination. And that is not the case in this one.
I understand. Okay, so note it, and it'll go on the record. Thank you, Mr. Collins. Mr. Cantu, you have a good attorney.
Thank you.
Excuse now.
All right. Okay, any other announcement, Counsel Collins?
None at this time, Your Honor.
All right, so let's go to the top of the docket and continue going down. Case number 2018 CCR 0148, State of Texas versus Albert de la Paz. And there's also case number 0024 0025. 0026, 0027, 0028. Okay. All right. There is some health situation here in this case to include the defendant and the attorney. And I was just notified that the attorney did make an effort, or somebody from his office, as to the status of that, and he's asking for a continuance. I'm going to go ahead and grant it under the circumstances for April the 7th on all the cases that were previously announced. Oh, Mr. de la Paz is present. Okay. All right. Where is he? Oh, he was. All right. Nonetheless, they're scheduled for April the 7th. Case number 2019 CCR 0093, State of Texas versus Elizabeth Mojica. Ms. Elizabeth Mojica, are you on? Constable Oviedo, was she on this morning?
What number was that one, sir?
Case number 0093, Elizabeth Mojica, she's on page 8.
No, sir. This morning at roll call, no.
Okay, Ms. Elizabeth Mojica, are you on? Ms. Mojica, are you on? Ms. Elizabeth Mojica. State.
Ms. Mojica's name has been called more than 3 times and she has wholly failed to appear. Therefore, the state asks that capias issue for her arrest, that bond be forfeit, that upon her apprehension, bond be set to no bond, and that judgment nisi be entered in favor of the state.
Granted. Case number 2019 CCR 0099, State of Texas versus Ricardo de los Santos. Mr. Ricardo de los Santos. Is he on, Constable? Good morning.
No, sir. When I called his name, no, he didn't. He was
Mr.
not on.
Ricardo de los Santos, are you on? Mr. Ricardo de los Santos, are you on? Mr. Ricardo de los Santos. State.
Mr. De Los Santos' name has been called in excess of 3 times, and he has wholly failed to appear. Therefore, the state asks that capias issue for his arrest, that bond be forfeit, that bond be set to no bond, and the judgment nisi be entered in favor of the state.
Granted.
Thank you.
We have the council on this. See what I call. Okay, I'm gonna go. I noticed Council Alanis there. Let me go straight to his 15. Okay, case number 2020 CCR 0055, State of Texas versus Stephen Ray Lara Jr.
Good morning, Your Honor. My apologies. I believe you had previously called us, and I was on another Zoom hearing, Judge.
All right.
Mr. Lara does have 2 cases before this honorable court, Judge. The other one is 20 CCR 0067.
Okay, noted.
Your Honor, I have had a chance to confer with the state, with Mr. Nereda. They did tender an offer, which I relate to Mr. Lara. But at this time, Judge, we're asking for an announcement in trial date. I've explained to Mr. Lara that this might, take us into the later part of this year, but that's what he's requesting at this time.
Okay, so at this time, we're setting pre-trial date at April the 7th and trial April 13th. Council.
Yes, Judge.
Okay. Mr. Lara, April 7th, continue to communicate with your attorney.
Yes, sir.
All right.
Thank you, Your Honor. Have a good day.
You too. Case number 2019 CCR 0192, State of Texas versus Joseph Aaron Haynes. Mr. Joseph Aaron Haynes, are you on? Constable, is he on? Good morning.
I'm checking. 0192, correct?
Yes, sir.
No, sir. He was not on.
Joseph Aaron Haynes, are you on? Mr. Joseph Aaron Haynes. Mr. Joseph Aaron Haynes, are you on? State.
Your Honor, as this defendant his name has been called more than 3 times and he has wholly failed to appear, the state asks that capias issue for his arrest, that bond be forfeit, that upon his apprehension, bond be set to no bond, and that a judgment nisi be entered in favor of the state. Thank you, sir.
All right, case number 2019 CCR 0202, State of Texas versus Paulo Chavarria Rodriguez. And I am told that, that these were the defendant was outside, and I figured it was him. I am gonna reset the case, and they were told that we were resetting the case, and if you can submit Council Moreno so that we can do the special arrangement, special arrangements.
We'll do that, Judge. We'll do that.
And so we'll set it for April the 7th.
Thank you, Judge.
Thank you. Case number 2020, CCR 0096, State of Texas versus Mario Guerra.
Your Honor, this is Mauricio Garcia again, stepping in for Mr. Hernandez. As you may recall, there had been no contact with the defendant. Since then, he called Mr. Hernandez to tell him that he is at a doctor's appointment for what it's worth, but he will not be appearing via Zoom today.
All right, I'll go ahead and do the official call out. Mr. Mario Guerra, are you on? Mr. Mario Guerra, are you on? Mr. Mario Guerra. Okay, state.
Individual's name has been called more than 3 times and he's wholly failed to appear. Therefore, the state asks that habeas issue for his arrest, that bond be forfeit, that bond be set to no bond, and that a judgment nigh side be entered in favor of the state.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Your Honor. May I be excused?
Yes, sir. Thank you for holding on. Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Thank you. Have a good day.
Case number 2020 CCR 0118, State of Texas versus Priscilla Nicole Dominguez. Priscilla Nicole Dominguez. In case number 0119 0121. Counsel, was she on earlier?
No, sir, she was not on.
Okay. Priscilla Nicole Dominguez. Ms. Priscilla Nicole Dominguez. Ms. Priscilla Nicole Dominguez. Okay.
Ms. Dominguez's name has been called more than 3 times and she has wholly failed to appear. The state asks that habeas issue for her arrest, that bond be forfeit, that upon her apprehension, bond be set to no bond, and that a judgment nigh side be entered in favor of the state.
Granted. Case number 2020 CCR 0127, State of Texas versus Nialette Thomas. Nialette Thomas, I think it has come through several times. And I'm told that there was a plea. Has attorney, what is it? Muniz made contact with the state?
Not with me directly, Your Honor, and it was also my understanding that this individual was set to plea today.
And so, just to clarify, there is a plea.
That was my understanding, sir.
Oh, yeah, I'm told. Yeah, okay, I see it. Man, it's hard to believe that no one would follow through on this on their behalf. Yeah, and I don't wanna place a caprice on this. It kind of doesn't make sense. I hate to do it, but I'm just gonna recall it again. I mean,
I defer to you, sir.
I'm gonna reschedule it again. I hate to go to April simply because that would probably add to the absenteeism. Let's go March 1st. And then maybe we can try and make contact. All right, so we're gonna set it for March the 1st. Okay, I'm showing that we looked at all of them. Oh, I missed one, all right? Page 14. Case number 2020 CCR 0031, State of Texas versus Isaias Palafox. Mr. Isaias Palafox, was he on, Constable? In the morning? Palafox, it's on page 14.
No, sir, not this morning.
Mr. Isaias Palafox, are you on? Mr. Isaias Palafox. Mr. Isaias Palafox, are you on? State.
This individual's name has been called more than 3 times and he has wholly failed to appear. Therefore, the state asks that habeas issue for his arrest, that bond be forfeit, that upon his apprehension, bond be set to no bond, and that a judgment nisi be entered in favor of the state.
Granted. Okay, then,
Your Honor, if I may address the court.
yes.
Tareas with Texas Rio Grande Legal Aid. I had Ms. Veronica Rodriguez on earlier this morning. One of her cases had been called prior to us joining the call. We had been in the district court in Cameron County. I just wanted to inquire if that case was also reset or if I need to get her back on the call. And it's page 4 of the docket, cause number 2018 CCR 0205.
Okay. Okay, and you're saying there was another one?
Yes, she was on for 2 of the cases that were called. However, 2018 CCR 0205 had been called earlier this morning while we were in a different courtroom.
What page are the others? Or the other?
Ms. Rodriguez's cases, Your Honor, are on page 4 and on page 23.
Yes, that's right.
And the state would ask that all 3 cases be reset to April 7th.
Yes, we just want to make sure and see what we did. Okay, yes. So we'll set this one as well. And no, there's no need to bring it back for April the 7th. Also.
Thank you, Your Honor.
What's that? Oh, the one that was for the JP. Okay, so I think we went through the docket. Okay, so any other announcements, comments, suggestions?